Hey, good morning. So I think I have this figured out a little bit. I thought I could do 2 parts, but we're going to do 3 parts. So the first part was just showing off a little bit of Kate, and I'll talk about Kate in a little bit. I don't know Kate, but I love Kate. And part 3 is going to be actual EPP, but I thought, well, I like to chat. I like to tell stories. So not that it's going to be all about me, but there's just a few things I think I have to say. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, to be serious just for a minute, it is, what is today, November 7th, 2020. I am in Brookfield, Wisconsin, outside of Milwaukee. And we all know how Wisconsin played in the election. So I just can't go without at least acknowledging that we're in the midst of an election that's not, doesn't have any actual results yet, and also a pandemic. So I'm not going to talk about those things at all, but I just have to say that, yes, I do realize that we're kind of in a serious state right now, but that's not why we're here. We're here to have fun and just relax and share some friendship and maybe a little bit of coffee, maybe sometimes a little something in there, like Bailey's. Last time I said bourbon, but what would really be good is Bailey's. Anyway, so a few things before we jump into the EPP. I'll talk about Kate at the end, but let's talk about my hair for a minute, because somebody mentioned something about my hair. I think it was Karen, I think. Anyway, and I made a comment back to her that I cut my own hair, which is true, and I realize it might look like it, but this is why. My mom was a beautician, and she taught beauty school for years and years and years. I don't know if you can swear on YouTube, but I'll just tell you that I have to use my mom's words, so you'll know why I was traumatized. Anyway, my 2 sisters, there's 4 of us, my sister Deb, then me, then Tracy, and Ted. So my 2 sisters have beautiful, long, thick hair. My brother has really thin hair like I do, but, you know, he's a guy. But as we grow up, of course, my mom did our hair, and I used to have really long hair, really long hair. And when my mom had to do my hair, it was so thin. It was back in the days where we had perms all the time. And my mom would just comb and comb and comb and tell me that I had shitty hair. It's true. My mom would say, you have shitty hair. So I kind of grew up with a complex about having really bad hair. And then, you know, I finally chopped it off and I've kept it short. But as I moved away and my mom couldn't cut my hair anymore, I would go. It was unbelievable. Think about it. I wasn't used to paying for a haircut or having to tip. And then all of a sudden, even back in the day, it was like 50, 60, 70, now it's like $85 for me to go get my hair cut. I'm not going to color it. I'm just letting the gray come in because I kind of like it. And I can't afford it. It's terrible. So I would go spend that much money to have my hair cut, and I would go home crying because they didn't do it the way I wanted it. I guess because I know it's hard. You know, you bring in a picture, and my mom would always say that's the most horrible thing that somebody can do. I don't know, beauticians might feel different about it now today, but especially when you have hair like mine. And I show them a picture and they say, your hair's not going to do that. So what I started doing is just cutting my own hair. So in between, if something's not laying right, I just chop it off. Almost every day I do, you know, I just pull it out and do a little trim like that. It looks really stiff, but you can see it's not. It's just, it looks different every day. There are some mornings. You know, there's a well-known Judd song that says, sometimes I feel like Elvis. Sometimes in the morning, if it's going just right, that song pops into my head and I think, I look just like Elvis. And I kind of like it. So today I have the Elvis hair. So that was the whole point about my hair. Okay, so a couple other things. I think we're going to have a couple features for every little episode, just a little tidbit to begin with that I think will be fun. So if you're here for sewing, there will be that. If you're here just to hear me chit chat and you don't like it, just turn it off or skip ahead. Okay, so let's go back to the state of the world right now just for a second, because I will tell you, this is a real thing for me. So I guess that goes along for, I mean, if you don't like something, you want to do a bad comment, I guess that's okay. It will hurt my feelings. I'm not going to lie about it, because I'm very, very sensitive. My whole family would tell me, even my coworkers, Kelly, you're too sensitive. Get over it. But just to go back, I really approach everything like this. I think if you approach everyone, every situation, everything with love and kindness, I think it just would change the whole world. That sounds so simple, but if we all, so I do go forward with everything with true love. So anyway, so let me say this, I'm so glad that you guys are here with me. So if you want to hear me chit chat, that's great. If you don't be mean, because it will hurt my feelings. So a couple features. Jim cracks me up so much, and I'm planning on doing this every Saturday, because I do work Monday through Friday, and Mondays and Wednesdays are long days for me. I'm gone 12 hours. So, but I will say I'm so excited about this that I've thought about every day. I think about, oh, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What am I going to show them? Who am I going to talk to? So there will be a feature called Featured Friends. So I kind of talked about that. I am so lucky to know so many creative people, and I have a couple people on board who have committed to doing a little chat with me. My intent was to do these live, you know, sitting with them, but right now with the pandemic, that's not going to happen. So maybe we'll meet them through FaceTime or just a phone call, and then in the future, be able to actually meet them in person. Who I have on board right now is Cece from the Thread Gatherer. These are little teasers, so you guys will hopefully stay tuned. If you don't know the Thread Gatherer, you can find her on Instagram and Facebook, and I will tell you, I love her so much. So I can't wait to talk to her. That will be soon. I think next week will be my first featured friend, which will be my daughter, Paige. She does not want to commit to being on camera, but she will do a little interview with me on the phone. I can show all her great stuff. She is so creative and such a beautiful soul. She really is. I often think when I grow up, I want to be like Paige. But we'll talk to her. She's a photographer. That's what she does. She's a professional photographer. So we will get to talk about that. Actually, while I'm talking about her, she sent me, I had her on a little project for me that I won't show the big one, but she sent me a couple extra little prints. She does have an Etsy shop where she sells her prints. So if you want to go find her, it's Paige Winn, W-I-N-N, photo or photography. I'm not sure which one she's under. She's also on Instagram. But I love hydrangeas. She just moved into her dream house this year, and these are hydrangeas from her yard. I know that is on her Etsy shop. I didn't mean to talk about Paige today because we're going to do that next week, but I just got these. And she has always loved pears. I always love pears. Whenever I see or think of pears, I think of Paige. Pear Paige. She did this. Oh, how lovely is that? Number one, that's my very favorite color, I think. This in kind of a burnt orange and black. She did this one. I think she did it big in black and white for her kitchen. So maybe we'll get a picture or something of that when I talk to her next week. Okay, so that's Paige. As I'm looking and talking to the other thing, just in case you're wondering, because it's so early and I have these sparks here, I have them almost all the time, almost throughout the whole day, but I have sleep apnea. And when I wear the mask, I totally smash my face into the pillow and wake up with these really deep marks. So I guess I have to go along with them because I have sleep apnea so bad that I literally stop breathing for a long time. So I have to do with marks because the mask is, I think, keeping me alive. Anyway, okay, so that's the mask marks. Okay, we're going to have another feature, just a little snippet for each beginning, and it's going to be, if Jim had a YouTube channel, what would it be about today? So last week he interrupted a little chat I had and wanted to talk about Menards. He will never be on camera, but maybe I'll, If I learn ever to slip pictures in, I'll show picture Jim. Anyway, he cracks me up every single day. So today, so the feature will be, if I had a YouTube channel, Jim would be, he told me he would have a fascinating show, and it would be all about his aches and pains today. So we're missing out because he talks about it, but he'll never really do a YouTube channel. Okay, the other feature that we're going to do, be excited about this one with me because I know everybody out there loves mugs, coffee mugs, tea, whatever you drink. I don't care if I drink coffee. I do like tea, but if you drink coffee, tea, hot cocoa, whatever, you know, water and lemon, whatever you put in your mug. Oh gosh, I had to get rid of so many mugs because I had so many, but every time we'll feature a new mug. And when I run out, then we'll do something else.Maybe I'll have you show your mugs. But today, well, and I thought of it because last time I had my green mug that well, I really didn't put bourbon in it, but I said I did. But I had just gotten that from Rocks when I was in Oklahoma from Anthropology, and someone, Candia, commented that she wanted that mug. Okay, so this one, it's going to be backwards, isn't it? Is Magnolia. Who doesn't know Magnolia? Chip and JoJo, of course. That would be on my bucket list, I think, is to go to Waco, Texas. So today I have my Magnolia mug, and mine's really old. I think it's when they very, very first came out. So, cheers. Ice Facatus. Do you guys remember what that is? Okay, so anyway, mugs, Jim, sleep apnea, hair, Kate. Let's go back to Kate. Okay, Kate. I found Kate because of her on Instagram. I do have an Instagram under Black Thread Studio, but I found Kate by finding the EPP for her dog. You know, the square EPPs with the dog. I know you all know Kate, and if you don't, you should, because she is such a breath of fresh air. I cannot tell you, if I say Kate changed my life, I don't know if that's an understatement. I hope she knows, I think she does know how much everyone loves her and what we get from her. Anyway, Kate, The Last Homely House on Instagram and YouTube. Oh, she's such a dear. If I could ever meet her, it would be better than meeting a celebrity. I'm not kidding. So Kate did inspire me to do this. I showed a lot of her things in part 1. You know, she's on Patreon, and she has a shop, and everything she does inspires me, including the YouTube channel, because I thought if Kate can do it, I can do it. So that's really why I'm here, to share the things that my grandma taught me, my mom, and Kate. So I'm going to shut down because, hallelujah, I got my phone to record I'm at 13 minutes. I tested it this week. I got it to 20 minutes, but it's not going to work. I have to, so I ordered a camera. I downloaded, I uploaded, I deleted, I did everything I could. I called my nephew, who's the Mac surgeon in LA. Seriously, he knows everything. And he said, Aunt Kella, you're going to need a new phone. Even though I have the 10XR, he said there's some problems with the video on it. So anyway, I don't think it's just me. I thought it was, but I think it's the phone. So right now we're going to shut down part 2, and I am going to get set up for part 3 because we're going to EPP. Did you see that rhymed? We're going to shut down part 2. No, wait. Yeah. We're going to shut down part 2 and go on to part 3 and do some EPP. Okay? All right. Stay tuned and hop over to part 3.